Honorable Finance Minister, Prime Minister Dr Roosevelt Skerrit presents 2016-2017 budget to Parliament on Tuesday. A new beginning for the people of Dubique and multi-purpose packhouses officially opened. Thanks for joining us on National Focus. I'm Shaakira Pierre. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after this.
Think water, think life. Water refreshes, restores, cleans, and enhances growth. Potable water is a benchmark for development. DOWASCO is serious about its mandate to ensure easy access to potable water island-wide and provide sewage services for a cleaner environment. DOWASCO is your water and sewage company.
Life is returning to normal for 135 people from Dubique since they resettled in their new homes at Centre in Grand Bay in early July. GIS's Lurian Graham Carter has this report.
Let's rewind to 11 months ago. The devastation of Tropical Storm Erica dealt a blow that would cost over $91 million to resettle, repair, and reconstruct homes for displaced victims. Dubique, one of the 22 communities affected, was the first selected for relocation since the community was among the worst hit. The over 100 residents were quickly placed at both the community center and youth center at Grand Bay, while government immediately discussed the way forward for the Erica-ravaged victims. With the assistance of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, who instantly came to the assistance of Dominica, 300 packhouses were promised. 50 of these were promised to the Dubique residents. In November, leveling of land began at Centre as this was the location selected for their resettlement. Now almost a year has passed and already all the people of Dubique are in newly constructed homes. On July 25, 2016, then Acting Prime Minister Honorable Reuben Blackmore, His Excellency Venezuelan Ambassador to Dominica Hayden Perella Sanchez, and Honorable Minister for Housing Reginald Austri, Honorable Parliamentary Representative Dr. Kenneth Daru, and other officials toured the new community at Centre. Honorable Reuben Blackmore assured the people of Dubique that they no longer have to fear any threats in their current location.
The resettlement of any community is a very, very serious matter. We have said, and you have heard from the Prime Minister, that our intention is to build back better. We are to ensure that we properly investigated all the implications before we came to start erecting houses. We have to be certain that the place was safe and sound, and that we have been able to do in 7 months. So the many detractors who have been saying nothing is being done to take care of you, we are again dispelling what they have been saying. We are proving them wrong time and time again, and it's because of the leadership of this Labour Party by our Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. We have been able to deliver for you again and again and again.
But mother of one, Julie Ansem, still misses these particular facets of her home community. She now lives in a 3-bedroom home with a young daughter, and although she is currently unemployed, she is hopeful.
Well, I'm feeling very excited, I'm happy, and I'm very comfortable in where I am, and I have a little more privacy. So I'm very excited. It'll have a week now since I'm there. Today give it a week. I raised at Dubique all my life, from baby till now. I raised at Dubique. I'm missing the river, the sea, the environment down there, entertainment and all that. I'm not too sure how much of that I'm going to get there because I'm in a different area. Well, my plans is to get a job and to develop myself better. I'd just like to thank the government for taking care of us for the time and keeping us comfortable.
Honorable Minister for Housing and Chairman of the Dubique Resettlement Committee, Reginald Austri, commended the hard work of the team.
What we're seeing here really is 7 months of hard work. And I say 7 months because although Erica was 11 months ago in August, but work actually started on the site. Physical construction work started in November. So November to now is 7 months. And within 7 months, we are able to hand over the keys of over 50 houses to the residents of Dubique. Now, for those of you who have built your houses, you know that even a two-bedroom, simple two-bedroom house, from the time you start construction, not when you withdraw your plan or you negotiate with the bank, but when you pong your first nail, it takes approximately 3 to 4 months to complete one two-bedroom house. We have been able to do 50 homes in 7 months, which is truly a remarkable feat as far as we're concerned. And it also represents a collaboration, like I've been said, between friends, between brothers, and I'm talking about the government of Venezuela and the government of Dominica.
In October 2015, the first 50 packhouses arrived in Dominica. The Honorable Minister for Housing promptly assured the Dubique residents of the structure's stability.
People call them plastic houses, people call them PVC houses, but as you've seen, these are houses built of solid concrete. And the only thing they have is a panel, a PVC panel, filled. So it's a concrete home, a complete and total concrete building, a concrete house. You may find it to be a pretty significant sum. And if you add the cost of the house to the cost of the land, then you can begin to exercise your mind as to the kind of investment that we have made in people, because these houses will be given totally free. The land will be given totally free to the residents of Dubique.
Chairman of Dubique Action for Development, Reynold Alcender, promised the contribution of the Dubique people towards the development and beautification of their new community.
I want to thank Dr. Daru, the PAL rep. I want to thank the Prime Minister and the government of Dominica. I want to thank the ambassador and President Maduro and the government of Venezuela for responding after Tropical Storm Erika last year and coming to the rescue of the people of Dubique. Of course, as you can see, people are already starting to beautify the area, and they will continue to do so. And so we will work with central government for the assistance that we know they will continue to give, because as you know, when the government and the Prime Minister promise, they deliver. And so I am certain that that will continue. And so the committee and the residents will work with the PAL rep, Dr. Daru, and the government for the beautification and the betterment of the residents and this beautiful area.
His Excellency Venezuela's ambassador to Dominica, Hayden Perella Sanchez, recalled other developments in Center Grand Bay 2 years ago, the official handing over ceremony of 10 houses and the police station. He reiterated Venezuela's commitment to Dominica's development.
I believe that the important is that the population feel happy with the houses. In Venezuela and Dominica, you know that we have problem in Venezuela, but we not stop the agreement that we have with Dominica. We are going to continue the project that we are developing in Dominica.
Honorable Parliamentary Representative of Petit Savan, Dr. Kenneth Daru, expressed his gratitude to Venezuela, the Parliamentary Representative of Grand Bay, and members of the Resettlement Committee for their extensive work.
From the center of my heart to the government and people of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela for their continued support to the government and people of Dominica. And as Ambassador His Excellency rightly said, it in spite of the ongoing challenges, that Venezuela has continued to demonstrate that they're a true friend to Dominica. And the old adage that a friend in need is a friend indeed really rings true as it pertains to our friends from the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. I'm sure you could appreciate moving around the happiness of the Dubique residents. It's been a long 11 months since Tropical Storm Erika. Quite a few of them were still living at the shelters up till probably a few days ago. And we know all the challenges that in itself can present living in the shelters in a communal type setting. A couple of weeks ago, I think a few of the residents would have started receiving their keys to go ahead, start cleaning up, beautifying, etc., planting flowers. And I'm sure moving around, you can appreciate the effort that has gone into making their homes as comfortable and livable as possible.
He told the media at the tour that all 50 homes are wired for electricity, plumbing, and flow telecommunication service. He assured that the only aspects left to complete the project are road surfacing and the playing field. Honorable Dr. Daru informed the people of Dubique that their new location is part of government's moves to raise the families to a next level of growth.
Those of us who knew what the old Dubique looked like, a number of extended families living under one roof, So we took the opportunity to really split up the families, so to speak, making them independent, etc. So while we had like 30-something homes in Dubique, we managed to get them now into 50 homes, make people a bit more independent, etc.
Another resident of Dubique, Julia Bruno, expressed her profound appreciation on behalf of all the community members.
I am very grateful to the government of Dominica and the people of Venezuela for giving us these wonderful homes. We really appreciate it, and now we are sleeping comfortable. As you guys know what Erica did to us, and now I believe we are in a better place, safer place, and we are happy. We are making sure we take care of the place, and we are enjoying it.
The Dubique people received financial as well as other forms of assistance from government and donor agencies towards their maintenance and furnishing of their new homes. Honorable Housing Minister encouraged the Dubique people to cherish these gifts and promised as much assistance as possible from the government towards their further development and growth. Lurian Graham Carter reporting for GIS News.
The Honorable Finance Minister, Prime Minister Dr Roosevelt Skerrit, will on Tuesday present to Parliament estimates of revenue and expenditure for the new fiscal year 2016-2017 amounting to over $600 million. His Excellency President of Dominica, Charles Savre, will also address that meeting of Parliament, which begins at 10 a.m. GIS will bring you live coverage of Tuesday's event on Mapping 2K4 and DigiPlay, as well as on our YouTube channel and GIS Dominica Facebook. You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
Introducing the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app, available for download from the Google Play Store, One Mobile Market, and the Government of Dominica's website. Access to all ministries and sub-departments' phone, email and office addresses and websites. Simply select a ministry and the sub-department. You can dial directly from the app or save the numbers to your phone contacts. It's convenience at your fingertips.
Is my passport ready for pickup? Good. It really works.
Download the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app today.
Welcome back. A better quality of fresh produce is expected to be exported now that 2 multi-purpose packhouses are operational. A ceremony was held on Friday to officially open Dexia's 2 multi-purpose packhouses. One packhouse is located in Longhouse, Portsmouth, and the other is in Goodwill, Brozo. The multi-purpose packhouse is an initiative funded by the Government of Dominica, the National Authorizing Office of the European Union, and the CARICOM Development Fund. The packhouses will be managed by the Dominica Export-Import Agency Dexia. Other contributors are the Ministry of Agriculture, the Dominica Bureau of Standards, the Dominican Hucksters Association, the Caribbean Agricultural Research and Development Institute, CARDI, and the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture, AICA. The then Honorable Acting Prime Minister Reuben Blackmore emphasized that agriculture is a priority for government, hence the reason for these investments. He noted that the evidence is the newly commissioned packhouses.
The Dominican Labour Party administration, under the competent leadership of Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit, by officially opening those 2 facilities today, is in fact dispelling the propaganda being brought forward by our detractors. There's a narrative that's been constantly crafted over the areas that this Labour Party administration does not invest enough in agriculture. This is simply not true. This facility, my dear friends, is a long time coming. And it is good for the farmers of Dominica, it is good for the hucksters, and it is certainly good for the agricultural sector and Dominica alike.
Honorable Minister for Agriculture Johnson Drygo is elated to witness the opening of facilities which will enhance the quality of export products.
It is good to be here today to experience this long-awaited commissioning of this facility, which will primarily deal with sorting, grading, overall processing, packaging, and making ready of agricultural produce for the export market. The proper and effective functioning of this facility will greatly enhance the quality of produce that leaves our country. We anticipate that the necessary protocol and standard operating procedures will be put in place to ensure that the consumer receive a high quality product after being processed through this facility.
Meantime, Honorable Minister for Trade Ian Douglas says the Ministry of Trade will work collaboratively with the Ministry of Agriculture to make these facilities the best in the region.
This milestone is very significant as it introduces a new era for the export of fresh produce in Dominica. It has been a long and tedious journey, one marked by financial and infrastructural challenges. But we have prevailed in making these facilities among the best in the region. Cognizant of the growing trends in the international food trade and the importance of enhancing the market competitiveness of Dominica's fresh produce exports, the government of Dominica has invested heavily in the construction of these multi-purpose packhouses in Roseau and this one in Portsmouth, which complement other efforts such as the National Farm Certification Program, which is being spearheaded by the Dominica Bureau of Standards. The operationalization of these packhouses will facilitate the implementation of the Fresh Produce Export Quality Act, which provides for the licensing of fresh produce exporters.
The Goodwill Park House was renovated at a cost of 1.3 million EC dollars, while the Portsmouth Park House was constructed at a cost of 3.1 million EC dollars. Public Relations Officer for the Dominica Solid Waste Management Corporation, Geno Jacob, is calling on the private sector to play its role in controlling waste disposal in the capital city. According to a paper submitted to the Global Development Research Center by advisors on urban environment and development, open quote, the private and community sector participation in waste management is a means to achieve the general improvement of waste management systems operating or being planned in developing countries. Private sector participation in waste management systems should occur when it can contribute to making those systems more responsive, efficient, economical, equitable, or more environmentally responsible. End quote.
Under the laws of Dominica, it also states that each business place should have 2 or more receptacles for the collection of waste. If you go through Roseau in Dominica, you go through the restaurants, the hotels. Sometimes you don't see those containers. To them, they don't want to place it, the poubelle by the entrance or somewhere. They want to hide it behind the counter. But the law states that it should be visible. It should be strategically placed so that the customer can place his or her litter. So if each business place in Dominica restaurant has 2 or more poubelle, you see less litter in the streets of Roseau.
He is discouraging nationals from tampering with the bins placed in the capital.
We have a situation in Roseau where we placed about 67 of those adopt-a-block bins, those green, round, rotund bins. And business places came on board with us, and we congratulate them and we want to thank them for being partners with us. For example, the National Bank of Dominica bought about 13 or 12 of those bins and have their logos on those bins. But we're seeing people defacing those bins. Young boys or vagrants going about slashing those bins, destroying the covers of those bins. Those bins are meant for litter, for placing litter. Often, a couple of years ago, we had incidents of people setting those bins on fire. Yeah, and we're saying to Dominicans that those bins don't belong to the Dominica Solid Waste Management Corporation alone or to government. It belongs to all of us, and they are meant for the collection of litter. You go through Roseau, you buy your little sandwich or your box drink or whatever, you can place your litter in those bins. So that will lessen the incident of the drains being blocked in Roseau and Roseau being flooded, you understand? And mosquitoes and place looking quite unsightly.
Jacob reminded the general public that there are repercussions to violating these laws.
It's under my portfolio at Solid Waste to receive those tickets being given to people who who deface the environment, who break the law, and I want to say that it's about a small percentage of people doing that. If you come from Marigot or Granby or wherever, and you come to Roseau, and you litter the environment, and we capture you, or you're in this area, and it's a capture, we fine you a ticket, and you've been fined, then the message really, there'll be a ripple effect of people getting the message that you cannot readily litter the environment and get away with it.
Coming up, your Creole highlights with McPherson St. Luce.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole, non moins c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, le gouvernement Dominique bien tient commitment pour relocation résident Dubique, maison construite en location centre en Guambé pour relocation résident qui était bien affecté par Erika. En délégation gouvernement en parmi ministre Kai, Honorable Reginald Ostring, ensemble et puis membre parlement Honorable Dr Kenneth Adaro en parmi d'autres, visiter l'occasion la vendredi qui passait.
Ça nous a fait ici aujourd'hui là, c'est un petit, pas une cérémonie pour dire, mais nous avons fait certains qui, c'est résidence de Dubique, qui nous pour rester dans ces cas là, nous avons tapé la clé et puis pour nous faire certains qui sont bien confortables en cas. Comme ça, c'est mon là qui est resté dans la communauté centrale Guambé depuis Hurricane Erika en mois août. Mais c'est en mois novembre qui nous commence le développement ça là, parce qu'on a une préparation pour faire avant de commencer à bâtir case. Et puis mon cas, il y a 7 mois de novembre pour à présent. Pour nous bâtir 50 cases, et bien pour nous 50 familles, plus qu'il y a 130 personnes, car c'est ici c'est un bon butin pour le travail là que le gouvernement a déjà fait. Et bien nous remercier le gouvernement Venezuela, parce que ce qui a changé après Hurricane Erika, c'est le gouvernement Venezuela, le premier gouvernement qui vient pour assister Dominique, et ça fait 300 cases, ça nous a créé Petro Casa. Mon cas c'est plastique, mon cas c'est en PVC, mais ça y est c'est maçon et ça ni comme un moule et nous avons vidé maçon avec style en dedans moule là comme ça dehors là on voit c'est PVC mais en dedans c'est concrete comme ça c'est un caille concrete nous avons basé mon là et on a tapé tel là aussi on a tout pour furnace.
Gouvernement etc. qui a complémenté pour grand projet ça là.
Nous savons que dommage que Erika fait en village Dubique même c'est mon partie ça ouais c'est là évidemment pour relocater yo. Comme ça nous avons dit remercier pour le gouvernement Venezuela, pour Roosevelt Skerrit avec le gouvernement Dominique et pour bonne coopération nous avec le gouvernement Venezuela. Et tous ces gens là qui ont aidé pour nous faire projet ça en réalité. Nous avons parlé contre Resettlement Committee, Ministerial Subcommittee, Ministry CAS, Housing Ministry, nous avons contracteurs là qui travaillent pour faire 50 cases dans 6 mois. C'est pas rien qui est aisé. Ils ont délivré en 7 mois pour mon Dubique. Et nous voulons remercier aussi Domlec, Dawasco, Laima qui bat nous ces utilités là qui fait qu'aujourd'hui nous sommes en cérémonie ça là. Et nous avons de travail pour nous faire toujours, mais ça ne peut pas empêcher les gens pour sortir dans le community center et pour commencer à vivre en la vie qui est normale. Nous pouvons faire ces chimères là comme un compagnie qui contracte déjà signé, avec ces gens là pour faire chimères là, chimère pour faire, nous avons des petits bacs pour nous faire. Mais ça ne peut pas empêcher les gens pour vivre confortable.
Finalement, un projet chimère qui a coûté plus de $1 million bien qu'à lever conditions ville Gontans. Chimère Habolin et puis Rodney Street qui a tapé attention bien formidable. Mon parlement Honorable Ian Douglas visité le projet la semaine passée. Si le Honorable Douglas, dans l'épisode sidewalk déjà fini. Il y a le petit morceau aussi tout pour finir. Honorable Douglas dit, il comme membre parlement, bien plaisir pour le projet là, comme ça même qu'à tomber en bas vision pour avancer ville Gontans. Gontans c'est ville commerciale notre pays là, et puis il est bien important pour mettre ville là en condition one or meilleur service par monde qui a servi ville ça là. Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelles à Creole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson St. Luce. Au revoir.
Whether you're heading off to spin class, boot camp, or any other exercise, it's always important to hydrate so you can stay energized and have your best workouts. Electrolyte-loaded athletic drinks, though, can be a source of unnecessary calories, so drinking water is usually fine until you're exercising for more than 1 hour. At that point, feel free to go for regular Gatorade-type drinks, which can give you a beneficial replenishment boost. That's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. Live streaming is also available on our YouTube channel 24 hours a day. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I am Shaakira Pierre. Thanks for watching and join us again next time on National Focus.